You are watching Channeladriantv.
Yo, Rumble, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're watching us, welcome back to another sneaker review. And I know you might be saying 2 sneaker reviews in a week, it must be Christmas. Well, for me it does, because these are shoes, like I said in the last few videos I've done. Once again, Nike and Jordan brand, the shoes that y'all are releasing this year, I definitely will do this year 2025 recap, because this has to be one of the best years in sneaker releases that I could think of in the past few years. And I would say a lot of people who wear Jordans would agree with me. But y'all here on this shoe right here, the Air Jordan 10 Steel Grays. And this is a beautiful shoe. And to me personally, I've asked people who hoop, who may not call themselves hoopers, but they like to hoop in Jordans. To me and other people, this is the best Jordan basketball shoe to hoop in. But I'll get into that later. And before we get into the shoe, and especially the box, y'all see my other shoes on the table. You see the Nike Air Diamond Turfs, Emeralds right here. And then you see the Air Jordan 5 Fire Red Black Tongue. The reason they're on the table because I just did a review for both of those shoes, and the links will be in the description. But man, y'all, I was so excited for this shoe. I can't remember what video when I first brought it up in. Maybe I think the Nike Air Diamond Turf OG Falcons colorway, which people do call it 49ers, but I call it Falcons colorway. I was talking about these Air Jordan 10 Steel Grays, and I'm so happy I got these. Now this pair right here is only a pair to wear. Even though Jordan 10s are my favorite shoes to hoop in, I would have to get another pair first, but this pair is only to rock. And before I even start discussing the box and the shoe itself, let's talk about the history of Air Jordan 10. The Air Jordan 10 came out in 1994, and we all know it was designed by Tinker Hatfield. And when this shoe came out, it was between an odd place because MJ, we all know, retired and went to go play baseball. And a lot of people at Nike thought the Jordan brand was supposedly going to be over, because once he retired, everyone thought he wouldn't come back to basketball. And that's why on the bottom of the shoe, when they have the accolades where it says 94 and beyond, that's why it has that, because when he retired, they didn't think he was going to come back. They literally thought it was over, and everybody was wondering what was going to be the next from Michael Jordan. But a lot of people remember that viral clip of Scottie Pippen holding his Air Jordan 10, doing this, telling MJ to come back. And a lot of people thought when MJ came back wearing those shoes, that was his first time. Not really. Scottie Pippen had a charity game where Michael Jordan actually wore these shoes himself, and he famously scored 52 points. And they asked Scottie, how did Mike look on the court? And Scottie's words was, it doesn't look like he lost a step. And I'll make sure to put the pictures up on the screen. You see him kissing the floor. You can see him obviously wearing those shoes, these Air Jordan 10 Steel Grays, and you can see him in other pictures playing in that charity game. And supposedly at Nike, they didn't tell Tinker to make another shoe. He just started on his own. And thank God he did, because like I said, all the Jordans, ones all the way to what, I think we're at 40 now. These right here are my favorite shoes to hoop in, just because of, I know it's not the lightest, but to support the lace lock system, and it's a high cut shoe, because I don't know about y'all, but if you play basketball with a lot of taller people and you got people with size 15, 16, 17 feet in the paint, a lot of times if you're going and driving in the hole, driving hard and doing floaters and layups, your foot might steps on them, and that's going to cause you to twist your ankle. And that's why I love these shoes that are actually high. When you look at my B-rolls, you see how high they are on my ankle? That's why he said these shoes are the perfect basketball shoe. But y'all not here for my basketball takes. You're more here for these shoes in this box. But let's get into the box, which is a really dope box. I liked how they did a tribute to the OG box. It's dope how it has all the Jordans on it. It has the 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s, and the 9s. And of course it stopped at 9 there, because a lot of people thought that the Jordan 10 was going to be the last Jordan. And you see key significant photos, him with the ones around his neck, him speaking with Spike Lee, a lot of pictures from the commercials he done with Spike Lee and Nike over the years. And when you look at when you open the box, you will obviously see this brown paper. You will get a stamp in the right corner, and I'll make sure to put pictures up. It'll say 25 ABC, and then in the left it would say 296613 - I'm not going to read all that. I'm just trying to show you all the things in the box. And then on the top of the box, you're going to get a Nike at the top. You're going to get the ABC again in the corner, and then you're gonna get the lot number. And the box does read Air Jordan 10 Retro White, Black, Light Steel Gray. So technically these will be the light steel grays, but I'll just say steel gray. Oh, and also another touch I like about this is the wood floor to represent the hardwood, the basketball court. I think that's dope. Like I said, dope box. You know what? The whole time I might just keep the box up like that while I'm reviewing these shoes. But now, y'all, let's get to the shoe. The steel colorway uses a white leather upper as its base, accented by black elements and light steel gray webbing trim. And one of the things I do love about this shoe is how it has all the accolades on the bottom of the shoe, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people know, or you may not know, that at the bottom of the shoe, it goes all the way to 10. And I'll read them off. It says 85 Rookie of the Year, 86 63 points, 87 scoring title, 88 dunk champ, 89 all defense, 90 scored 69 points, 91 MVP championship, 92 MVP championship, 93 MVP championship, 94 beyond. And so this is why when I think about the Air Jordan 10, to me, this was a farewell shoe. This was MJ is gone from basketball. Let's give him a perfect tribute of a shoe. And if you don't believe it, a lot of people weren't really into the 10s. It did hit sales when it first came out in 1994. And I wish it would have went to sales this year, but unfortunately, because JB, they didn't make a lot of them, which I understand that, because since normally 10s don't sell that well, I understand why they didn't make a lot. But I'm glad I was able to get a pair. But let's go into more detail about this shoe. Now, as I said, you do have the tumble leather all the way towards the top portion of the shoe, and that's what I meant when I talked about in the Nike Emerald shoes about that type of dry, ashy, looks like skin. That's tumbled leather. Some people don't like that. Some people would prefer the leather underneath that tumble leather towards the midsole. In other words, that smooth leather. Me personally, I like them both. I don't mind that tumble leather look. And we all know about the toe cap. A lot of people didn't like the toe cap. I'll be honest with you, I did not like the toe cap either. Another thing I like about this shoe, it deals with basketball again, because I like this lace lock system. It reminds me of the lace lock system with the Nike Air Max 2 CB94s that I did a reaction on. It has the same type of lace lock system with the nylon strap across, so when you tie your shoes tight, your feet feel secure. So if you're gonna jab step or if you're gonna do jagged cuts, your feet isn't moving around in the shoe, which people who like to hoop understand how important that is. Not so much important if you're just rocking it casually, but if you're gonna hoop, you need that type of durability when you're gonna hoop in shoes. And I love the simplicity of this shoe. It's not overdone in a lot of colorway, just the white, the steel gray and black with the checkered lining inside. And y'all know I appreciate that, because as I said in all of my videos, I hate the white liner because I don't care how clean your socks are, they're gonna get dirty. So I appreciate Jordan Brand going back with the checker pattern in there again. And y'all, the production date is January 8th 2025 to March 4th 2025. And inside you will get a Nike Air insole that's blue with the Nike swoosh, and on the bottom of the shoe you will get the blue Jumpman. In previous versions they were red, but in this one is blue. I like either or. I'm just happy that I was able to actually finally get this shoe. And before I get in the video, the toe cap story. Supposedly MJ hated the toe cap and he saw designs made on paper. I'll put the picture up. He did see designs of the actual shoe, but he didn't actually see it being made. It wasn't until he saw a picture on eBay with the Jordan shoe with the toe cap on it, that's when he called Nike or got in touch with Nike to enter production. But some of them did get through. But before I end the video, I do like how they got both Jumpmans facing each other on the back of the shoe. And y'all, so far I'm happy for this year. I got my 10s, I got Nike Air Diamond Turfs, I got my Cement 4s. Now next month in November, we all know those Shadow 10s are coming out. And I know some people are looking forward to the Taxis, but me personally, I'm probably not gonna get them, because even though that's a significant shoe, you know what? I might. We'll see. Because if my side businesses and side hustles continue to do well, I might splurge a little bit and get that, especially the review for this channel. Two must cops I have on my list are the Air Jordan 10 Shadows and then those Gammas 11s. Y'all, I just want to say I appreciate all the support you be giving me on my videos. If you want sneaker reviews, morning motivation, Sunday motivation to get you through the week, after workout thoughts, sports reaction, police body cams, I've been doing my FanDuel NFL weekly videos that are doing pretty well. well. So any type of content, any video you could think of, or you can even ask the Ask Adrian question. There are so many videos on this channel, and if those are videos that you would like to see, subscribe to Channeladriantv. I just want to say thank y'all. I appreciate all the support. And what do you think about the Air Jordan 10s? And do you think they're great to hoop in? Now, y'all know what I think. I appreciate y'all, and I will see y'all in the next video.